Hello, in this video we will be going over how to use GeoViewer Online and GeoViewer Mobile to create and update work orders. In this example we will be using a parcel with a brown water complaint. First of all, you simply have to get logged in, zoom into the map, and find your asset. I'm going to click on this parcel, and what you will see is on the left we will open up all of the information needed for this parcel. To create the work order, you will see this parcel summary with these buttons next to it. Simply click on the pencil button to open up the work order form. From here you will see a bunch of information. At the very top will be your description of the work order being created, as well as the address that has been populated from the parcel. Below this you will see your priority, the person the work order is being assigned to, as well as the status of the work order. The last two pieces down here are the department and comments to give more description on this work order. Since we're doing a brown water complaint example, what you will do is you will come to the top of the work order and click on the drop-down in the description section. From here, you will see an alphabetical list of all of the items that can be assigned to this work order. We're going to use brown water. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to set this priority as an emergency so that the field technician knows that this needs to be looked at right away. For assign to, we already have our dev account selected, but if this was real, you'd be able to tap on this and select any of the other users that you might have in your system. The status is what we use to track the work orders as being finished, being worked on, or an issue that was found that has not been assigned. I'm going to leave it as field work request for now, so I can use this to show you how to update a ticket status later. For department, we can use this to further distinguish our work orders between different departments. We're going to go ahead and use water as the example for the brown water complaint. Last, in add comment, we can give a description. So we could say a customer called and gave us a complaint about brown water. From here, you simply have to hit save and the work order will be created for you. What you'll see is in GeoViewer Mobile on the right, a notification pop-up will come up saying that a new work order has been created, as well as in GeoViewer Online, you will see that it says a work order has been created. We will now need to update the work order so that it is released and that the field technician will have it in his tasks to be completed. To do this, first close the parcel information. It's no longer needed. To update the work order, click on your toolbox and then go to work order. Because we left it as a field work request, you'll have to click on the request column. This will then give you a breakdown of all of the work orders that are currently just in the request state. To edit the request, click on this little pencil. It'll then open up the work order that we just created, and it should have all of the information in it that you entered. In order to change it so that the field technician gets it in his to-do box, simply click on the fieldwork request under status and set it to released for work. Then simply click update, and what will happen is GeoViewer Mobile and Online will both show notifications that a work order was updated. What you will also see in GeoViewer Mobile is that the My Tasks, My Open Work Orders box will go from 22 to 23, indicating that a new work order has been updated and that it needs to be looked at. Now that we've updated the work order, the field technician can now look at it and see what he needs to do. The field technician will now be able to begin their work by simply clicking on the My Open Work Orders under the My Tasks section. This will open up a list that contains all of their currently open work orders. You can see that our brown water example is currently at the top, so we simply have to click on this. What will happen is it will open up an information view with the map zoomed in as close as possible to the location indicated by the pinpoint, as well as all of our information about the work order displayed underneath. You can simply scroll through in order to read this. To finish the work order, simply click on Update. What will happen is we will then open up the information for that work order that can now be edited. From here, the field technician can scroll down see that the comments were that somebody called about having a brown water complaint and that they're supposed to basically look at it. Once the technician is done doing their tests, they can add more comments to it saying no issue found, or perhaps maybe they did find an issue and they could add that here. Once it's done, the technician can log the amount of hours he put in, if needed. In order to do that, you scroll down to the bottom and you'll see that there's labor, equipment, materials, and contractor. All of these sections can be used if needed to track the total cost of a work order. For this example, we're going to go ahead and add a couple of people that maybe were out there helping do the inspection. Simply tap on the plus button and then this view will open. Then simply click the Employees drop-down and you will get a list of all the possible employees that can be added. You can scroll through this if you want, or you can also use the search feature. I'm just going to go ahead and pick these top two guys. Next, you can add a description. This would be something where you could say both people tested water at fire hydrants for brown water. I'm just going to go ahead and put test for the sake of simplicity. Last, you just put in the number of hours. We're going to put 1 because they did it pretty quick. And then you simply hit done and then hit save. This will then add both those technicians to the work order, and you should see GeoViewer Online populate with that update. The same process can be used for the equipment, materials, and contractors to add to the work order as needed. Once everything is done, you're going to want to make sure to set the status from released for work to closed. This will indicate that the work order has been finished and that there is no more work to be done. The last thing that can be done is if needed, you can add photos or videos to a work order for evidence to prove that they did something. Simply click on the plus photo button here at the top. From here, you'll be given this screen, which will indicate that you are trying to add photos. Simply hit this blue plus button in the bottom right corner and it will ask, are you adding a video or a photo? By tapping on add photo, it'll open up the ability to take photos. If it's the first time a photo is being taken, you'll get this pop-up that our application is trying to get access to your camera. Simply hit OK. From here, it will try and take a video or a photo of whatever it is that you're currently looking at. I'm going to go ahead and just make it take a picture of this chair right here. Once you've taken the picture, what will happen is it'll show you what you've took and ask if you want to use the picture or retake it. I'm just going to go ahead and say yes, use this photo. It'll then ask you if you want to add some markups to the photo. This basically it just lets you add arrows, circles, and squares to a photo if you're trying to indicate something of particular importance. Since it's just a chair, I'm not going to go ahead and bother with it. I'm just going to say no. From here you can see that the photo has now been added. Just hit save, and what it'll do is close back out to your work order. The other thing here at the top is this PDF button. This basically gives you a printable or emailable version of the work order. I'm not going to get into that right now, as I'm just trying to show you how to update. Now that we've got everything filled in, all of our labors in, we didn't need to use any other equipment or materials, we can simply hit save, and the work order will be closed. You can see that both GeoViewer Online and Mobile gave an indication that the ticket was updated. Now that our ticket is finished being updated, we no longer really need to look at GeoViewer Mobile. Simply hit the back arrow button at the top left and you'll get put back to your list of all of the work orders that still need to be completed. You can see that our brown water is no longer there because we set it as closed. It's been removed from our list of things to do. If we were to go back one more screen to our maintenance BI, you'll be able to see that our completed work orders for the day have increased by 1. So we're now at 147. It used to be 146. You can also see that our total tasks that need to get done is now reduced to 22. The last thing that you'll want to do with GeoViewer Online is perhaps check on that closed ticket. Back in GeoViewer Online, if you still happen to have your work orders tool open, you'll be able to click between either released for work, filled work request, or closed. As you can see, we're currently looking at filled work request. This has a bunch of other requests in it from other examples and tests that we've done. Under released for work, you can see that the emergency brown water ticket is no longer here. However, if you click on closed, you can see that we now have our brown water ticket here at the top. In order to look at this ticket, you simply have to click on the closed tab. It'll open up all your work orders, and then simply click on the arrow. What this will do is it will then adjust the map to show you where the ticket was done, as well as it will give you all the information on the left in regards to that ticket. We'll even display the photos here at the bottom. In order to get a better report, perhaps you don't want to scroll through all of this, simply click on this report button here on the top. What this will do is it'll take a minute, it'll gather the information for this ticket, and then it'll create this file for you. As you can see, it gives you the map location here at the top, and then it gives you all of the information that's been put in to this ticket. This is then printable, or you can save it locally and then do whatever you need with it later. I'll just go ahead and close this window because I don't need it. And that pretty much sums up all the basics that you need to know about creating, updating, and then looking at a report for any kind of work order that you've created.